Hi guys, Joanna here, and today I'll be talking about my top 10 affordable fall perfume recommendations. I basically decided to do an affordable version as some of you requested for this type of video, as I have made my top fall recommendations niche version last week. So today I gathered 10 affordable perfumes under $50. Just like my video last week, I'm gonna divide this into three categories, which are cozy, everyday, and date night or special occasions. By the way, if you're new here, my name is Joanna and I do reviews and recommendations of affordable and luxury fragrances in my channel. Now, if that sounds appealing to you, then please do keep watching and consider subscribing. So I'm gonna start off with the cozy category, and the first perfume that I picked is one of the Middle Eastern perfume OGs, I must say, Casablanca from Swiss Arabian. And if you are a hardcore lover of Middle Eastern perfumes, you probably have Casablanca already in your collection. I used to describe this as the perfect fall time scent. This is basically a sparkling, sweet, and juicy apple drizzled with caramel. It is very sweet, very fruity, and it is cozy and at the same time energizing, if you know what I mean. This is a kind of scent that definitely reminds me of fall. This fragrance used to be so hyped in YouTube, and I basically took it out of my shelf today and showing it once again. This, I must say, is one of my first Middle Eastern perfume purchases years ago, and I still love it. There's something about here that is giving me good vibes. You know, just like what I said, it's cozy, but at the same time, refreshing. It's a kind of fruity scent that I enjoy. It has apple, caramel, grapes, amber, and sweet vanilla, even though there's no vanilla listed, which is quite shocking. Yes, I still recommend it. Very unisex, very long lasting, and it projects as well, guys. Casablanca by Swiss Arabian. Next up, I think might be the most expensive one in today's list. This is 30 ml and it costs 35 euros. So yeah, I think it is still in the affordable budget category, right? This is available in 100 ml as well, and 100 ml costs around 70 euros. Now, let's talk about the scent. Now, guys, I have featured Shade in my best sandalwood fragrances in my collection just because it is. This smells like fresh woods and incense. And actually, the note breakdown only says olibanum and sandalwood. But to be honest, guys, this to me smells like a burning Palo Santo. So if you love the scent of Palo Santo and that woody, incensey vibe, you will definitely love Shade. This is a kind of sandalwood that is dry. It is not like, your typical creamy, lactonic kind of sandalwood that is cozy. Even though I am still considering this one as cozy, as there's something about that incensey nuance that I'm getting. It is giving me cozy vibes. Cabin, log, woods, kind of vacation. I highly recommend this if the sound of a fresh and dry sandalwood and incense appeal to you. And yes, I consider this as unisex, and when it comes to longevity and projection, let's say it lasts around 4 to 6 hours with moderate projection. Once again, Shade by Lush. Next up is Diwani Beirut by French Avenue. And you've heard me talking about this scent in my channel, and I raved about it because this is the most lactonic Middle Eastern scent that I have in my collection. This has that uplifting pink pepper in the opening, along with creamy and lactonic sandalwood with some white flowers like lily of the valley and jasmine in the background. This is so cozy and creamy that it reminds me so much of Zadig and Voltaire. This is her. So if you love that scent profile, you will definitely love Diwani Beirut as well. However, in my opinion, this is like a combo of Zadig and Voltaire, This Is Her, and Milk by Commodity, as I find Beirut to be like a sweeter version of This Is Her. I find Diwani as like a combo of Milk and This Is Her. This is such a cozy, feminine, comforting scent that, I don't know, it almost feels like there is also marshmallow in here because there's some fluffiness that I can feel from this fragrance. That's why I mentioned Milk by Commodity, because Milk to me gives fluffy vibes as well, whereas This Is Her is more on the creamy and lactonic, milky vibes. And I'm telling you, if you love those two perfumes that I mentioned, you will definitely love Beirut as well, as this is the creamiest and most lactonic Middle Eastern fragrance that you can get. When it comes to longevity and projection, guys, this stays forever on clothes and let's say less on skin around 6 to 8 hours. Very long lasting, and I feel like this is leaning more feminine. Yeah, so once again, Diwani Beirut by French Avenue. All right, so now we are switching to everyday slash signature fall scent. And the first one that I'm going to talk about is Stash by Sarah Jessica Parker. And guys, what can I say? I'm not sure if this is discontinued. I actually think it is. I got this perfume from one of my fans here on YouTube, Miss Potoki. She feels that we have the same taste when it comes to fragrances, and boy oh boy, she is so right. I love Stash. This is a woody, warm, spicy, aromatic scent that is giving such a strong presence. I'm definitely vibing with the scent. This is so perfect, I think, to wear in the office. This is something that is giving a little bit of professional vibes as well. Like, you know, if I smell this on someone, I will take that person seriously. There's something special how they mix their sage, black pepper, cedar, clean patchouli, olibanum, vetiver, and musk in this fragrance. I consider this as a gem because this is so affordable. So once again, I'm not sure if this is discontinued because I couldn't find it here in Portugal, but I think you can find it in other countries as I keep seeing this fragrance popping up around. If you think we have the same style when it comes to fragrances, meaning you love woody, unisex, warm, spicy kind of scents, highly recommend you getting Stash. This definitely smells more expensive than what it is. You just need to remember that this is a unisex scent, okay? So if you are that girly who's not really into unisex scent, then I think better stay away from this fragrance. But yeah, if you love unisex, you gonna love this one. I must say that most of the perfumes today are all like woody, a little bit warm and spicy unisex kind of scents, and Stash is a perfect example of it. When it comes to longevity and projection, guys, these last for a very long time. Let's say around 6 to 8 hours, stays forever on clothes with moderate projection. Yeah, I just highly recommend it, guys. Get it if you can. Stash by SJP. Well, next up is the fragrance that I grab first when making this list. And this is Liam Grey by Lattafa. And guys, this is your cozy chai latte that is also giving some presence. You know, to me, this is not just cozy. There's something about it that is just so good for everyday fall signature scent. I love it. If you still don't know, this is a dupe of BDK Gris Chanel, and it is quite spot on. To me, this is a perfect blend of cardamom, fig, black tea, sandalwood, tonka, and clean patchouli. This fragrance is perfect to use not only for the office, but for daily errands, walking your dog, just going to groceries. I don't even mind wearing this on a date night. Like for example, if I have to be out of the house from daytime until nighttime, this will cover me. If you love the scent of cardamom and tea in your fragrances, I highly recommend you Liam Gray. This has an underlying creamy sandalwood as well, with the freshness coming from the figs. It's so good. Very unisex fragrance. Lasts me around 6 to 8 hours with moderate projection. Yeah, once again, that is Liam Gray by Lattafa. All right, next fragrance is from Zara, and this is Red Temptation Sandalwood. And guys, this is another sandalwood dominant scent with tonka bean, mild saffron, white pepper, iris, that is giving a lot of cozy vibes. I know that a lot of people are comparing this to Gris Chanel as well, and that they smell alike. I even received a question once here in YouTube, like how do I compare them? And all I can say is that if you find Liam Gray a little bit too dry and woody for your taste, if you love like a sweeter version of this, check out Zara Red Temptation Sandalwood. To me, I also smell here like a cherry syrup. That is the difference because I don't find them similar. Especially if you spray side by side, I really notice the difference. This has an underlying cherry syrup that is giving this fragrance sweetness. So imagine Gris Chanel with cherry syrup. And yeah, you're gonna have Red Temptation Sandalwood. For the record, this is the last Zara perfume that I bought actually because I really love this one. Also, I just want to mention that this is an extra de parfum concentration, okay? So having said that, this has a stronger projection. It stays forever on clothes and it really lasts well on my skin as well. Let's say around 6 to 8 hours. And I think since this one is a sweeter version of Gris Chanel, I will say that this is leaning a little bit more feminine than Liam Gray because I find this one unisex. Yeah, so highly recommend Red Temptation and Sandalwood by Zara. Last fragrance for that perfect fall everyday scent is Maison Alhambra Crafted Oud under the Zaffiro collection. And if you watch my channel, you know that I love this fragrance so much. This to me is another warm, spicy, woody, vanilla kind of scent. Oh, that is so good. I still remember that I rated this perfume at 10 out of 10, and yes, this definitely deserved 10 out of 10. This is another warm, spicy cardamom, pink pepper, cypriol oil, cypress with sandalwood, vanilla, vetiver, amber, clean smelling oud, and patchouli. This smells very luxurious to me. Another unisex scent. Please do not be scared of the oud that is in here because it is almost unnoticeable. This to me is mainly sandalwood, amber, powdery iris with freshness coming from cypress. So this at the same time is giving fresh pines kind of scent. I love this fragrance. This reminds me so much of Tom Ford's Oud Wood. And actually, this is a dupe of Carved Oud by Tamine, hence the bottle looks like it. And apparently Carved Oud is very similar as well to Tom Ford's Oud Wood. So yeah, guys, if you are looking for an affordable version of Tom Ford Oud Wood, and basically if you just love the description of green pines, sandalwood, cardamom, powdery iris, amber, and vetiver, highly recommend you Crafted Oud by Maison Alhambra. When it comes to longevity and projection, this is amazing as it lasted me around 6 to 8 hours with moderate projection. And I will say as well that this is very unisex scent. So now we are moving to date night slash special occasion fall scent. And the first one that I'm going to talk about is Miraj Exclusif by French Avenue. And if you watch my channel, you know that I rated this as well a 10 out of 10 in one of my recommendation videos because this is just so good. This has that cardamom, coffee, incense, a little bit animalic oud, and vanilla combo that I just enjoy. This also has that pretty jasmine scent that is just floating in the background. So it is definitely giving strong feminine vibes. The opening of this might be a little bit masculine, but after 10 to 20 seconds, the jasmine actually slowly comes out along with that slightly sweetened vanilla, incense, and oud. Do not be scared of the oud in here. I know it is quite animalic, but in my opinion, it is a kind of animalic oud that is just enough. It is not a kind of animalic oud that will turn off like normal people. I just love cardamom and coffee combos as well in fragrances, and this is a perfect example of that. And the next fragrance that I'm going to talk about. Do you see how the bottle looks like? This is definitely the vibe of the scent that you're going to get out of here. This is also kind of scent that kind of gives confidence. There's something about this fragrance that is very sexy as well and alluring to me. I'm definitely recommending this for date nights or special occasions. Longevity and projection, I will say, is very good. Let's say around 6 to 8 hours, lasts even forever on clothes. Very good projection, I must say, especially for the first 2 hours until it becomes moderate. And because of that prominent jasmine, this is slightly leaning more feminine. So once again, Miraj Exclusif by French Avenue, a perfect date night scent. Next up is Lattafa's Khamrah Qahwa. I'm so excited that I can finally pull this fragrance out again because once again, if you watch my channel, I rated this fragrance a 10 out of 10. So as mentioned, this is another cardamom and coffee combo. However, this one is even spicier because of that cinnamon and ginger. This also has sweetness coming from the praline, candied fruits, and vanilla. So if you love the idea of a very sweet, spiced latte with cardamom, then you gonna love Khamrah Qahwa. You have to keep in mind that this has a very sweet dry down though, okay? So you must be into your sweet fragrances in order to love this one. However, since the coffee is there, I feel like it's not as sweet as the original Khamrah. I find the coffee note here noticeable as well. The coffee in here is different from the coffee in Miraj Exclusif because the coffee in here smells like an Americano, okay? So imagine like black coffee. Whereas the coffee in here is like your Starbucks sweetened kind of coffee with lots of syrup. I find this fragrance a little bit sexy actually. Perfect for date nights in my opinion. Definitely unisex. Lasts me around 6 to 8 hours. Stays forever on clothes with strong projection for the first 2 hours until it becomes moderate. Highly recommend Khamrah Qahwa by Lattafa if you love smelling like a spiced latte on date nights. Last but not the least is a cherry dominant scent because I need to put a cherry scent here, right? Because it's fall time. And anyway, my recommendation is Black Cherry by Paris Corner under the Ophidian collection. And guys, I recently reviewed this in my channel and I told you how much I love it. And I told you that I'm rating it a 10 out of 10. That's why you're seeing it here. This to me is such an alluring cherry scent. This starts off very syrupy like, so imagine cherry syrup that is the same like in Tom Ford's Lost Cherry. However, as this fragrance dries down, the syrupy cherry is actually replaced by a powdery heliotrope and praline rose and oud combo that is just so my vibe. I wore this the other day for dinner, and what can I say? I was really feeling myself. This to me, in the dry down, is mainly cherry praline with rose and oud in the background. It has patchouli vetiver incense as well, but to be honest, guys, I'm not really getting those notes. I don't find this woody. This to me is more of a powdery sweet kind of cherry scent that almost smells like chocolatey as well. However, like not really chocolates. In the air, it almost feels like it has chocolate. I think it is the effect of the praline that is in here and the tonka. But what can I say? This is just a very alluring and feminine fragrance that I am definitely loving right now. Longevity and projection is very good. It lasted me more than 8 hours. I don't find it a beast mode fragrance. This has more of a moderate projection. However, I'm not complaining because what is important to me is that I smell myself, and that is the case with Black Cherry. Highly recommend this one if the sound of powdery cherry praline, rose, and oud combo sounds appealing to you. Yeah, Black Cherry by Paris Corner under the Ophidian collection. And also, even though this can be a unisex fragrance, I must say that this is slightly leaning more feminine. Alright, so those are my top 10 affordable fall perfume recommendations. Please let me know what you think of it because I know that a lot of you requested for this. I hope that you enjoyed watching and you found something that sparked your interest. Thank you all so much for watching, and just in case you would love to see my affordable and luxury niche version, I'm gonna link it up in here, and yeah, see you on my next one. Bye!